So for this type of question, you need to find your slope first. So graphically, you would have to draw a graph, not use the one that's given up there, and find your slope like that. Or algebraically, you would have to find your slope. So 3 minus 0 over 0 minus a negative 4. Figure out what that slope is. This would be 3 over positive 4. And then you could use one of these points in your point slope formula, but you don't have to because it gives you your y-intercept. So you could just write your equation using your slope and your y-intercept. Here. Yeah. So for this one, you need to use your point slope formula. So your y minus y1 equals your slope times x minus x1. If you have a negative in your x's, make that a plus before you distribute. If it's just on the y's, you can make that a plus and distribute at the same time. Make sure you're distributing. So negative 3 over 5 times negative 5 would be positive 3. And then you could subtract 2 on both sides. And that would be your final equation. Very last question on which section?
Yeah, on the back.
On the back of it?
Yeah.
For this problem, you have to know that if it says x equals whatever, this is not your slope. You have to find the slope of this line, and then find the slope that would be perpendicular to that line. And then know which type of line has that type of slope. So the slope we are now using is 0, so I need a y equals. So I could use this number since that's my y value and say that my equation is y equals 2. Or you could actually put it in the format y minus y1 equals my slope times x minus x1. But when I do this and distribute to 0, that just becomes 0. And then I would add 2. Now notice that if this says y, this process would be different. You would not do this at all. You would just have to do this part and know this part. Somebody, you had a question? Say that one more time. Other last minute questions? Number 8. This one has a slope of 0, so you could start by putting this in the format y equals mx plus b. But if you have a 0 slope, this becomes 0. So your equation would just be y equals 5. Good.
So the very last question,
if it started off as a y equals, then your equation should be an x equals. Or vice versa. Other questions? What was number 10? You're going to use the same formula that you were using on the second objective. You need to know that if you're doing a parallel line, the slope is going to be the same. So it's going to be y minus your y1 equals your slope times x minus x1. And then you can change this to a plus and distribute at the same time. and subtract 4 on both sides. Other questions? Go ahead and put your cell phones up in a calculator pocket, put off your desk, kitchen, get on TV.